Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Megneous and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs. Today we have an update for our name for our Gallimimus, as well as space news, as well as two things of dinosaur news that I'm going to be sharing with you today while we continue some landscaping and begin to build our enclosure for our Allosaurus, which I do plan on hatching today, although in a small, sort of confined area, which we will then build the enclosure around, because I know you guys don't want to see this egg not hatched for another episode. But first things first, let's name our Gallimimus. We are going to be naming this Gallimimus. Let's make a little slot for my hand. We are going to be naming this guy, or perhaps girl, I don't know, Gaia, or perhaps Gaila, but I'm gonna call it Gaia because I like the way that Gaia sounds. Very earthy name, Mother Earth and such. This name was suggested by Justin F, and I don't know if Gaia or Gaila was what he was thinking of when it came to the pronunciation, but either way, I don't really mind, it's fine. So, Gaia it is. Gaia is apparently quite shy in hiding her head in the stone wall, but other than that, she seems quite happy. She's grown quite a bit since the last time we saw her. Quite the tall little creature right there. Apparently, some of you said that we can ride our Gallimimus, but I don't really need to go anywhere that's far away. I don't really worry about traveling fast, so I'm not really gonna worry about that. As long as our Gallimimus stays where it's supposed to be, we can come and check on it. I will be more than happy to allow it to continue living in our little museum, but if it gets away, if it runs away, then we're gonna have some problems. Frills is still somehow contained. I don't really know how he's staying in here, but he is. Oh, actually, before we go anywhere else, we should probably go and take a look at how I did the Pachycephalosaurus enclosure, which, by the way, once again, someone asked me what my favorite dinosaur is. I think, some of you guys need to go back and watch our old episodes. Lots of episodes I've mentioned it, but once again, for those of you who may have missed it, my favorite dinosaur is the Pachycephalosaurus, which happens to be this one right here. I think the large bony plate on their heads was quite awesome. And there were many Pachycephalosaurs, in fact, but Pachycephalosaurus is sort of like the well-known species that made the family famous, I suppose. I don't know if the family's named after the dinosaur or the dinosaur was named after the family because it's so much like... Get back in... Nope. Get back in there! Stop coming out of your cage! You're not there. Stay! Bad dinosaurs, bad. But yeah, this is Aristotle and Amber. I think Aristotle is the smaller one, Amber is the larger one, the female. But, they're still not making babies. I guess I need to, like, jump in there and try to feed them, but that didn't work with the Triceratops, so I actually have no idea how that's gonna work. How in the world did I do this? Okay. I think I know how I did it, perhaps. Oh, this is gonna be such a pain to build this. So annoying. It's okay. We can do it off camera, it's okay. So I'm gonna need some slabs, some stairs. Lots of slabs, actually, now that I think of it. Lots of slabs, stairs, and some whole pieces. Good thing I have plenty of whole pieces already prepared. Now let's go up onto our mountain and see what sorts of changes have happened. I just basically leveled off a large part of the mountain. It's not completely leveled yet, but... meh. Where is my wooden stuff? Apparently I do not have anything that I was hoping to have to confine our Allosaurus. That's sort of distressing, but I think maybe if I check my chest I should be able to find something, maybe? If nothing else, I can just contain it in iron bars, because I have a freaking ton of these things. Oh, actually, oh no, that's just stone. No, yeah, oh, stone bricks. We have some extra stone bricks. I didn't even know that I had these here. This is amazing. It's like it's Christmas. That good? Okay, let's grab that fence. And... is that all? I think that's all. Okay, that's good. Is there anything else in here? Some more iron bars! We have tons of iron bars. I'm sort of amazed I've never used these. Okay, I think that's everything. We do still have a scarab, but again, I want 2 more so that I can make a pickaxe or something. Is there anything else I can grab? I guess technically there are sticks here. Meh, it'll be fine. I do have a little bit of dirt. Let's throw some dirt up here. Don't need it for quite a while, but meh. Just throw it in there just in case. And I'm gonna keep 1 stack of dirt so that we can fill in the holes in the ground we're gonna be making up on the mountain. And as we approach, let's talk about the space news first, because I want to save the dinosaur news to keep you guys interested longer. And the space news is pretty straightforward. Next week, the European Space Agency, ESA, is going to be attempting to land a lander. You heard that right, a lander on a comet. So it's not Halley's Comet or anything crazy like that. It's a smaller comet that's less well known, but nonetheless, it should be. How in the world did you get up there? That is not where you are supposed to be, Mr. or Mrs. Triceratops. Oh, sweet lord, why do I keep playing this mod with the dinosaurs that refuse to stay where they're supposed to be? Oh, jeez. Need another Spinosaurus, because Spike clearly ran away. Ah, so annoying. So yeah, here's the mountaintop, which has been basically destroyed. So there's that. This still needs to be taken down, but before we do any of that, I am going to go ahead and put down some stuffins, and hopefully we will be able... Where should I put... I think maybe I should dig out some of this stone first and replace it with grass, because I feel like this will be super difficult to do once we already have the Allosaurus in here. But yeah, so the ESA is going to attempt to land a lander on a comet. Now, comets are incredibly small, their gravity is very, very low, and comets may also not be made up so much of, you know, sturdy, strong rock as they are made up of, like, sort of slush and dust, which means when the lander lands, it is going to be firing harpoons, you heard that right, firing harpoons into the surface of the comet to hold it on the comet. If that's not the coolest thing you've heard all day, then you must have a much more amazing life than I have, because that is freaking amazing to me. So this will be happening, I believe, November 12th? If you remember before, I told you that there should be a SpaceX abort sometime in the middle of November. Apparently that's probably not going to happen until next year, which is very unfortunate, but delays do happen. Instead, we get to look forward to us landing on a comet, and by us, I mean the human race, not NASA, because apparently, you know, ESA was able to fund this mission, whereas NASA has been, you know, busy funding things that no one cares about. Well, people care about the SLS, but let's be honest, the Space Launch System, also known as the Senate Launch System, not as cool as Orion, and definitely not as cool as anything SpaceX is doing, so meh. Personally, I think it's really, really freaking expensive. That's my only problem with it. I think it's going to be a great vehicle, but I think it's going to be super, super expensive, which means it'll probably only launch like once every 4 years, and ain't nobody got time for that. So moving on to our next piece of dinosaur news. There are 2 pieces of dinosaur news, one of which has to do with dinosaur eggs, the other of which has to do with dinosaur tracks, as in footprints. We're going to do the eggs first, because it's pretty short, it's to the point, there's nothing too special or complicated about it. Basically, some oh, I do not have enough dirt. This is not good. I think I have more dirt in that chest over there, though, so we should be good. Researchers in, I believe, the UK published a study of theirs on the shape of dinosaur eggs. The shape of dinosaur eggs compared to the shapes of the early modern birds, compared with the sizes and shapes of eggs of the modern birds, today's birds, compared to when we say modern birds in paleontology, what we really mean is the avian dinosaurs and the quote-unquote modern birds that began to arise between like 22 million and 60 million years ago. That was the beginning of the modern birds. But they were nothing like today's modern birds, just so you guys know. Their egg shapes were different. Most of them still had like claws on their hands, unlike basically every species of bird left alive today, except for one that I know of in like Brazil or something like that, which still has claws on its front hands. Whereas all the other birds just have feathers. It looks like it is going to get dark. Not exactly what I was looking forward to. It's okay though. We can run down and go to sleep. This is incredibly dangerous. It's no problem though. We're good. Ow. Oh great, and the zombies have already spawned. Wonderful. So continuing on that talk. What? Our Triceratops had a baby. It's a white baby. Good job, Triceratops, Mr. and Mrs. Triceratops. I can't remember your names for the life of me. Trisha and Troy. Ah, yeah, Trisha and Troy. Trisha and Troy. You made a baby, Trisha. Congratulations. That is. Did that happen because I fed them? Did that happen on its own? I have no idea. This enclosure is not big enough for 3 Triceratops. Oh, but I'm so happy about our little baby. Look at it, it's so cute. I love it. Oh my gosh, guys. This means that you have to come up with another name for another dinosaur. Hang on, let's go get a sign after we go to sleep. That was not expected. Hopefully they don't have any more babies. That would be trouble, to say the least. I do not want to have like 50 Triceratops babies running around. But according to Poet, that may happen. So, basically, the gist of the research for the eggs thing was... Did you guys ever see the dinosaur eggs in Jurassic Park? They weren't real dinosaur eggs, of course, but they were sort of long, they were elongated eggs, sort of strange looking by modern egg standards. That's basically what a whole lot of dinosaur eggs looked like. They were long, elongated. They probably had something to do with, I don't know, maybe incubation, like nesting behavior, maybe something about the way the embryo developed. Why am I going in here? Oh look, it looks like Justin F. already actually named something. You guys should be like Justin F. and you guys should comment more on videos. Maybe you can get some multiple dinosaurs, get your names on them and such. So here is our next dinosaur, our little Triceratops, our little white Triceratops. Maybe we should call him or her Ivory. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, basically the gist of it was that dinosaur eggs were elongated and such, and the early modern birds, the beginnings of modern birds, were quite different. You could tell that they were a different group entirely just by looking at the eggs, whereas modern birds are completely different once again, and we still actually have a very large variety of eggs both in the birds as well as in mammals, the monotremes like platypuses and echidnas. They have their own variety of eggs as well. So basically eggs are very varied. However, the egg shape of dinosaurs was very different from early modern birds, which was in turn also very different from modern birds. Which is cool, because apparently there's like almost no research at all on egg shape and size of various groups of dinosaurs, and that's a shame because it seems like something that, you know, people would want to research, but apparently not. Very unfortunate. As we continue our landscaping efforts, which are not exactly the most entertaining thing in the world. Personally, I despise landscaping with a passion. There's a reason that I work inside on my computer all day instead of going outside. But meh, what have you? What have you, my friends? I don't know. So the second piece of news, I said it has to do with footprints. Now, the footprints thing is a little bit different and a little bit interesting. Okay, so that's super weird. I don't know what's up. I wonder if it happens at the same time every time, the freeze in the video. Maybe at like 14 minutes? If that's so, there's something very strange going on with Minecraft Dinosaurs. This doesn't happen on Kerbal Space Program, so it's clearly not DX Story, it's clearly Minecraft that's having this problem. But anyway, as I was saying before we were interrupted by a game freeze, What was I saying before we were That is not what I wanted to happen. Interrupted by a game freeze? Yes, it happens in Africa. Africa is where this particular news item comes from. In a diamond mine. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about the diamond industry, basically the world's diamonds predominantly come from Africa. Africa, for some reason, due to tectonic plate stuffings that happens there, Africa is where basically all of the diamonds of the world come from, and they're basically owned by one company that has a world monopoly on diamonds. What are they called? Pierre's, some sort of diamond company name like that. I have no idea because I never in my life have bought a diamond, and I never plan to either because I think they're a waste of money. Diamonds are actually incredibly common, naturally speaking, but due to the monopoly of the mines in Africa by this one company, they're artificially scarce and therefore super expensive, and I'm just not interested in that. I would rather put down a down payment on my house, because, you know, I'm just cool like that. Let's see, and now to... One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I suppose that this is big enough, yes? Sure. Not exactly as large as most dinosaurs would like, I think. However, this is certainly close enough for our little Allosaurus, which we are going to hatch right here. And I don't know exactly where to put this sign, since this enclosure is going to grow quite a bit, but let's put our sign... maybe... wow. Maybe right here. There we go. Okay, so that Allosaurus egg is super cool looking, and it is bumping around in there. It's going to be hatching soon. While we're waiting for that guy to hatch, let's go over here and continue our landscaping, because he will definitely wait for us, no problem. I'm pretty sure that Allosaurus, like T-Rex, has to be like beaten up and then a scare gem used on him, so we don't have to worry about standing near it when it hatches. But yes, so in Africa, the diamond stuffings and the diamond mines. Now that you guys understand a little bit about the diamond industry, and how I hate the idea of engagement rings and would rather put down a down payment on my house, which is completely off topic, but my name is Megneous and you guys are used to this by now, because we've been doing this for years. Now that you understand that, the dinosaur footprints were found in a diamond mine, which is strange, but also very cool. In addition to some dinosaur footprints, they also found some mammalian footprints. Now, sauropod footprints are totally cool, but we've totally had those quite a few places. These mammalian footprints, on the other hand, are quite early. They're like 200 million years old, 220 million years old, something like that. Early Cretaceous mammalian footprints. Now, during the early Cretaceous, dinosaurs were still running around, and basically most mammals were about the size of rats and mice. This mammal, on the other hand, was about the size of a modern-day raccoon. Which is pretty interesting because there weren't that many mammals that were that size during the early Cretaceous. That was still generally the reign of the dinosaurs, you know? They generally kept mammals in nocturnal states so that they were awake during the night when most dinosaurs were asleep, apparently, since dinosaurs may have been, you know, not nocturnal. We're not exactly sure about that, but most of them were probably awake during the day. Based on modern-day reptile behavior, we can maybe guess a little bit like that. Although, since they were warm-blooded, they didn't exactly have to be, but, you know, most things are awake during the day, so why not? But anyway, so there were mammalian footprints. Now, first of all, it's cool because it's a rather big... Oh, our Allosaurus hatched! Little green Allosaurus, you're so cute. So adorable. You're looking at me, I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy, look at me. Oh, wow, you're noisy. That's nice. Good job. Now, hopefully this enclosure will hold you until then. But continuing on the research stuffings and the talkings of the of the raccoon, the prehistoric raccoon thing. So, not only was it quite large for a mammal during the late Cretaceous period, but also there is no record, footprints, fossils, or otherwise, of a large-ish mammal during this time period in Africa. The closest thing that there is was a fossil skeleton missing its feet, ironically. A fossil from China missing its feet, so we can't compare footprints. Darn it. But that thing was from a little bit earlier, something like 6 to 10 million years earlier, and it was about the same size, but it was in China, not in Africa, so basically, it's possible that we discovered the footprints of an entirely new mammalian family of creatures, which we had no idea existed before, which is very, very cool. But we unfortunately don't have a whole lot of information on them. It's a very new discovery, so hopefully in the future we discover whole intact skeletons instead of just, footprints. That would be nice. Or possibly we can find some of those Chinese little dudes, the little mammalian Chinese things, and maybe we'll find one of those with its feet intact so we can compare the bones from that with the footprints and maybe they match. That'd be pretty cool to have a Chinese mammalian species with like a subspecies somewhere in Africa. I could see that being interesting. But until further research is done and more stuff is found, that's just not going to happen. Not yet, at least. Not yet. So it's been approximately a week and a half, I think, since our last video. And I'm rather happy to say that I think, for the most part, the whole Gamergate thing is calmed down. You guys may have remembered in our last video we talked about females in gaming and equal representation for females, etc., in gaming. And I always knew that we had about 45% of our viewers were female because that's what demographics says. I always thought that was a little bit overdone because probably a lot of young males use their mother's YouTube accounts when they watch our videos, but according to demographics, we're about 50-50, 45 to 50 for females to male ratio. And as a result of that, where's our Allosaurus? There it is, very nice. I should probably put some of these down here so that you don't have to worry about crazy things jumping in here and trying to eat you. Yes, I know. Life is terribly confusing, and you just came into this world and you have no parents, and I'm so sorry about that, Mr. Allosaurus. Mr. Mrs., whatever you are. We're gonna go back down home. But yes, I wasn't exactly surprised when everyone came out of the woodwork and commented that they were girls and they love our channel, and I'm so glad and happy to have all of you here, because indeed, our channel is a very open, encompassing one. I've always tried to keep it moderately family-friendly, except for a few episodes at the beginning before we became a sort of a kids channel. So, as long as you excuse our early videos, it's generally family-friendly. And, hello, you're an evil skeleton. Ow, it hurts. Why do you do this to me? No, seriously, please stop. Thank you. And there's nothing that I would do, hopefully, to aggravate our female gamers who also enjoy our channel, because you are all appreciated. Every single one of you. Man and woman, living together harmoniously under the roof of Megneous Gaming. And unfortunately, that's like 25 minutes of recording, and that is all we are going to have time for today. But I will continue to work on clearing out this area so that we can do a large enclosure for our Allosaurus up above. It's going to take several episodes to get it done, probably. And hopefully, if you guys don't mind videos of me building and videos of me landscaping, we'll be able to do videos more often than once a week-ish. Because I know you guys hate it when I take a long time to do videos, especially dinosaur videos, because you guys love dinosaurs. But a lot of the time, I feel sort of bad, because, if I record a video, then I'll just do landscaping and sort of boring stuff. So I want to do something cool, but I don't have time to record something that takes like 2 hours to do. I can't do a ton of preparation before every episode. Whereas other games like Kerbal Space Program, you know, you just get in it and you go. It's not a whole lot of preparation to do there, unless you're building a huge rocket, in which case, you know, speed up time on the video and you're good. But, yeah, we'll see about that. I will also probably make another video with my face. In case you guys didn't see that, we also made a face cam, webcam video where I talked about not being able to make videos last week because I went to the immigration center. I'm going to make another video where I answer questions from that Q&A, and I'm also probably going to make another video where I explain what happened to my phone, and I give you guys some advice on iPhones if you have an iPhone. Because indeed, I'm an idiot, and you'll get to enjoy that, no problem. I'm sure you'll think it's hilarious, and you can make fun of Megneous for being dumb, because I mean, let's be honest, I do dumb stuff all the time, and it'll be a happy day for everyone. So, without further ado, I'm gonna call this episode. We've made lots of progress on clearing our land, hatching our little Allosaurus. We have a new baby Triceratops for you to name, as well as this Allosaurus, so please don't forget either of them. Also, be sure to check out our Gallimimus. Give him a little bit of applause, or her, I guess, with the name Gaia. Thank you very much again, Justin F. Until next time, though, my name is Megneous. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't get up there. We'll see you next time.